So I wanted to rant about something that I saw just as I was going on here. And in case you haven't noticed, because maybe you've learned to trust independent media over this time, is the smear campaign now coming out of the mainstream media against the
Yeah,
farmers. This
yeah.
happened right when they got this last miraculous last minute stay when the agency was physically here. I saw before that mainstream media journalists be treating them very fair. I saw some with tears in their eyes on multiple occasions over the months that I've come here. And now there is clearly a directive to find whatever you can and go hard against these farmers who are dealing with so much. Not only are they dealing with this fight, this loss of income as their research birds have been in quarantine. Even Katie's father, co-owner Karen's husband, is a paraplegic that they care for around the clock in the house behind me. So they're just dealing with so much. So this Toronto Star article, we need to
Oh, it's
talk about
crazy.
this.
It's
We need to
Bruce
talk about this.
Arthur. We have to. Bruce Arthur is a sports journalist and not a great one. And he became a public health crazy person during COVID. And apparently it's in the bloodstream now, like an AstraZeneca clot. And this is his thing now, is just attacking people who question public health overreach. But I'll let Drea take this away. I'm full of opinions, and I'm sure the other
Oh,
two panelists
yeah.
definitely are about this.
You guys are going to love this. So the title is, it's an opinion piece. The BC ostrich affair is not about the birds. Now, I agree with that. It's about
Me
so much
too.
more than the birds. So I'm with them on that title. We've already gone through the property rights, farming rights, scientific freedoms. But if you scroll down, if we can show it here, they keep interviewing the mainstream lately, this Dr. Angela Rasmussen. And when they interview her, she's a scientist out of the University of Saskatchewan. They always say things like she's impartial. But of course, what is she? She's in the department, a virologist in the Department of Vaccine and Infectious Disease Organization at the thing. So we know that the science that they're trying to preserve is in competition with that. But anyways, so she says this scientist, okay, this is who they're getting to go against, the farmers fight to save them. She says the scientific issues actually are the lowest priority issues to me. So
Yeah,
help,
I
what?
agree, sister. I agree. Yeah, but I agree.
Yeah,
I agree that that is the truth here, that the scientific issue seems to be the lowest priority for the government. At least this is like a
exactly.
rare moment of honesty.
Right, because they're saying they're healthy, they're not a risk for anyone. And the US, so she's talking about how the US is saying, whoa, 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 save these birds. They could help fight the avian flu. We'll help you guys. She's actually directly hitting back, saying the science doesn't matter. And she says, I think those ostriches probably aren't dangerous anymore. Admitting it to the public. But it's the principle of the thing. You can't make this up. And then she goes into, I mean, the economy security issues that it would create in terms of potentially scanning our entire poultry. They're not poultry, and she
They're
should
not
know that.
poultry.
Poultry export market would be devastating for Canada. So this is the whole keep healthy people home when they're not sick and they can't spread during COVID again. Look at this at the bottom. So she says, but the real underlying issue is the anti-government belief that these public health orders are optional and we don't want government regulation. That is why they have so much attention and why Rebel News and the entire far right media ecosystem is involved.
Oh my gosh.
I
Um,
there's a point at which the Bruce Arthur also goes on about you're attacking government sovereignty. Think like I'm hurting the government's feelings now for thinking that they shouldn't destroy these people's livelihoods for unscientific reasons that even this Angela Rasmussen admits is unscientific. Sorry, go ahead, Cap.
it's just comical listening to all of that. It just reminds me of the COVID times when,
Yeah,
like you mentioned, where not having any symptoms is a symptom. So if you're a
right.
healthy person or if you're a healthy ostrich, you're a danger to public safety. It's to say it out loud even feels wrong because of how ridiculous it sounds. And and somehow they always admit to the fact that none of this is scientific. And whenever there's a science that's presented that counters their narrative, they're like, oh, that's not science. Oh, what do you call it? Natural immunity. That's just a far right conspiracy theory, even though it's
Right.
been like the norm for I don't know how many hundreds of years. So pardon me, I'm having a hard time containing my laughter at the ridiculousness of what Drea just read by that person. It's just wild.
Right. Right. And they admit it's not about the science. And now it's about these people are anti-government, and so they should be destroyed. So their livelihood should be ruined because they're not following our stupid rule. And that's the whole point is, Jordan Peterson famously wrote, "Don't follow stupid rules." And this is a stupid rule. And 9 million birds in British Columbia have already been culled. If we want to talk
In the
about
last 3
economics,
years.
yeah, just in the last 3 years. So if we want to talk about economic security, 9 million birds have already been just wiped out. And these birds could hold the cure for the next 9 million or the next 20 million. But instead of actually relying on, okay, these 400 birds could be what saves us from having to perpetually compensate these farms all the time once they're exposed to avian flu, they've decided that no, we just have to keep doing this depopulation program. That's what they call it. And they say, like, look, ostrich farmers, can't you shut up? Quit your complaining. Some chicken barns have been depopulated 3 times. Here's the difference, though. Chickens, oh, it's dinner time. Someone's ringing the dinner bell.
Breakfast. Yeah, we don't even know what time it is, but
I don't know. But chickens, like meat birds, have a lifespan of like 6 to 8 weeks to maturity, right? So if you're depopulating a chicken barn 3 times, what is that? 18 weeks? 24 weeks? These birds to maturity and to obtain their genetics, 40 years. That's the difference, right? Like you can't just depopulate this and replace the work. It's an actual human lifetime if you do that to get back to where we are today.
well, I'm thankful for Dr. Rasmussen. She's missed the memo that every time they name us, like people are just like, who's Rebel News? Oh my gosh, let's go find them. Because they can see the insanity there and go, you mean someone speaking against this? Let me go to them. So thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate it.